Jingle bells ringing in my ear.
Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a quick little tutorial, kind of just taking you along a DIY project. I'm actually doing maybe a couple more DIYs to decorate my Christmas tree. So the first project I'm doing is I'm going to try to make some vintage looking ornaments, and we'll see how this goes. So if that's something that you're interested in, let's get into it. So basically what I have here is these large barrel spools from the Hobby Lobby or any craft store that you can pick those up, and these are called shaker pegs, but to me they resemble a little bit of a spindle, so that's why I liked them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint them at just traditional colors in red and this kind of vintage green, and I am going to paint them, have them dry, and then I will attach this to the ornament. I would have liked to have those little hanger screws that you can just screw in here, and it has a hole that I can thread the little twine into, but because I didn't have that in the budget, and having too much of those would probably rack up my budget needs. So I'm just going to do my best to make them look, you know, pleasing to the eye, but also kind of vintagey. So I'm just gonna add my paint. I'm gonna add red and some of this yellow on a small little painter's palette that I got from the Dollar Tree. This paint is not from the Dollar Tree, but Dollar Tree does carry red and green acrylic paint, so that's something that you can do. And then you can just use the regular burlap looking twine from the Dollar Tree. They also carry a green one with the pack, in case you didn't want to splurge. I picked up this at Hobby Lobby for $4.99, but everything of their Christmas, everything that's labeled Christmas is 50% off, so I actually paid $2.50 for a pack of 3, and they're 25 yards of each color. I plan to only use the red one, but we'll see if I change my mind later. I'm going to take all these spindle ones out first, and I'm going to alternate between red and green. And I apologize for the background. My son is playing around and making noise. So you can stain these if you don't like the unfinished look, but I'm just gonna paint them, and then with some like cheap sandpaper, just kind of lightly distress them to give them that vintage look. Now this is probably gonna get messy because you have to paint the whole thing and your fingers are gonna get in the way, but I've never cared for that. I'm a messy DIYer anyways. And the whole reason for me doing this is because I like to decorate after Thanksgiving, and all the thrift shops that I like to go to were not open, and they're still not open. I think one of them is today because it's Small Business Saturday, but I don't have time. I have to get all these ornaments and all the Christmas stuff decorated in the house because we're doing a road trip to Texas on Monday, so I'm doing this on a Saturday. So in order for me to have enough time to decorate and everything and pack and just have everything ready, thank you, babe, I have to make sure that I stay in and finish all this stuff. I'm not worried about getting my print marks on the spindles because I'm going to distress them a bit. And acrylic paint usually doesn't take long to dry. So I'm just going to do this over and over to all of them, and then I'll get to the spools and do the same thing. I might add maybe a couple white ones or like a nice vintage yellow. I'm still debating on that, but once I am done with all this, I'll come back.
Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face, and later we warm up by the fireplace. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Merry Christmas Day. A Merry Christmas Day.
So basically now I have already distressed with some setting paper, and you can use whatever type of course number on your setting paper, but I just used the Dollar Tree, and it works pretty well, and I like how it made it look like it's old and it's been around, but it really hasn't. There's some that I really got really rustic here, like this one. And because I didn't wash my fingers and just kept on going regardless of having like the green or yellow on my fingers, it added an extra element to the vintage style, so it looks like it's aged, and I don't know, I just added a nice element. I love stuff like this, so I'm very well pleased with it. So now what I'm planning on doing is grabbing my twine that I got from Hobby Lobby, and then I'm going to create a little knot and just have a little place to hang them on the tree. So I'm going to grab my twine, and I'm just ballparking it here. I'm not sure how the length. I'm very bad with measurements. So I'm going to tie it like this, and then I'm going to make a loop like this, and you can make your loop a little bit bigger, and then the other section I'm going to loop it towards the bottom and tighten it up, so that way I have a little knot, and then I have my little loop. Now there's probably an easier way to do it. This is just what I came up with.
In my ear, jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney.
Okay, so I just finished doing the vintage farmhouse ornaments for my Christmas tree. So now I'm going to work on a garland. So I picked up this type of yarn, Eternal Bliss Ivory, 28 yards. It was $6.99 at Hobby Lobby. I got it for 30% off. I'm not sure what type of yarn this is, but looks like Sharpa type of material, and I am gonna unroll it and see how much I have to work with. I mean, I know it says 28 yards, but I'm not good at measurements. I'm a visual person, so I need to extend it out, and I plan on making either using it as is or making a some type of braid to go around the tree. So let's see how this turns out.
Jolly eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face, and later we warm up by the fire.
So I've unrolled it, and now I used my calculator to let me know how much I need to measure out so that I have an even number of rope here or of yarn to braid it. And so 28 yards divided by the 3 is at 9, so I need 9 yards of each strand. Alright, so I have pile number 1, 2, and then pile number 3 on this side of my bed here. And the last strand is a little bit longer in size because it was actually supposed to be like 9 yards, but it had decimals, so like 9.33. So obviously I just did 9, so this one's a little bit longer, but that's fine. I figure that I can use that to my advantage. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you know, just braid. I'm going to start braiding. So I'm actually going to make a little knot here at the beginning. I'm trying to find the starting point to this one. Oh, here we go. So it's no rocket science, I know, but I like sharing the stuff that I make. So I have my 3 strands here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to figure out how I want to do this. So I might use the longer one here at the bottom and use that to make my knot. So I'm cinching them together like so, and then I'm just going to start braiding. And that's all I'm going to do until I reach the end. I'm probably going to start putting these at the bottom here so that way it doesn't give me trouble. Okay. And I'm going to do that all towards the end, so I'm going to spend a long time braiding here, but I'll show you the end result, so I'll spare you the task of seeing me braid this thing. So here I have the braided yarn garland that is going to be wrapped around the tree, and I had to do it in sections because the yarn was too long and it would get knotted up at the bottom as I was trying to braid. So I cut it into sections and just tried to insert them. I'll try to have those pieces where you can't notice it. But here I tried to attach it, so that's why it looks a little different. But I liked how it turned out overall. So my last DIY for my Christmas tree for the whole vintage theme is I am going to make a little sign to insert inside the tree, or kind of like propped up the pine needles and just, you know, stick it in there. So I'm just going to use this and a couple of poster stickers from the Dollar Tree. And if you saw my first video where I did my DIYs to decorate, Christmas decorate my master bedroom, you would have seen how I use those. And so I'm using the same method with this one, and if you haven't seen that one, I'll link it up in the description or here on an e-card at the top, and you can go and see that. So basically I'm just gonna use those stickers and then have it just say I don't know, Merry Christmas or something Christmassy to that effect. And